Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Primecast. This is my new podcast where I talk about everything from video games to the culture to what's trending today. Now, in future episodes, I will have special guests on with me that you can learn more about. But for today, since this is the first episode, I wanted you guys to know a little bit more about me. So I asked my fans to ask some questions about me, and I will be answering every single one here today. This is a completely uncut, unedited podcast, so you guys know everything here is real. I'm not cutting anything out. This is just completely how it's going to come. So it's pretty much like watching one of my streams, but in podcast form. So, I might get a drink of water. I might have to sneeze. Who knows? But it's all going to be in the podcast. All right. But anyways, this is the new podcast, and we're going to have a ton of fun with it. I'm super excited for this. Talk about all different types of stuff. From video games. I'm super excited to talk about all the different video games, maybe some video games coming out. What's trending today is always going to be fun to talk about, and what's going on in our culture. But I'm not going to stall anymore. Without further ado, let me get into your questions that you guys want to know more about me. So, the first question I have here is, do you have any advice for people just starting out on YouTube or as an influencer in general? And that is a fantastic question to ask me, because I've been doing this for quite a while. I've been doing this since 2018, which is crazy to think about. 2018, it has been a very long time. I started with content in 2018 summer, and I was making Roblox streams on Mixer at the time, which that was a great time. 2018 Roblox was so much fun, but I was playing Jailbreak on stream on Mixer. Funniest part of it is the fact that I thought I was talking. Like, I thought my stream could hear me. I didn't have a mic. I was just that young that I thought I could talk through the TV and people would hear me. Which, we all do embarrassing things, and clearly I did too when I was 11 years old. Breaking the Mixer TOS, by the way, because you obviously have to be 13 to stream on anything. But Twitch, I have not broken TOS. I created my Twitch account when I was 13, because I know they sometimes ban people for creating it before they're 13, but I did create it after the fact. Luckily, that's when Mixer shut down. But anyways, yeah, so advice for people starting out YouTube or influencer in general. Obviously, when you're making content, make sure it's something that you are passionate about. You need to make sure it's something that you see yourself doing for a while. Don't just do something because it gets you views. If you try out some kind of video form that you're like, okay, maybe I'm not this interested in it, but it still gets views, don't do it. Just because it gets views doesn't mean it's gonna sustain your channel. Because the viewers are gonna be able to tell if you're having fun or not. The viewers are gonna be able to tell, how you're feeling about it. And if you're not really passionate about something, your videos, your content, the quality of all of that is not gonna be good. So find something you are passionate about. Obviously, I'm passionate about Minecraft, Dead by Daylight, and some Roblox right now. That's what I'm passionate about, and I love it. I make content on it every single day because I love it. If you're finding yourself like, oh, do I really have to stream today? Then don't make content on that. Because I never am like, do I have to stream today? I love streaming. I've been streaming twice a day this summer. And it's been a ton of fun. Another thing I would recommend would be, if you're live streaming, don't look at your viewer count. Don't do it. It's discouraging. If you're starting off and you get to 5 viewers, you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is awesome. I'm making it. And then, over the next 5 minutes, that viewer count goes to 2. You're going to be demotivated because more than half your audience just left. You're going to be demotivated. You're not going to want to stream. You're not going to want to talk to chat or just stream in general. You're not going to want to. So, you're going to be demotivated. You might end stream because of that. Don't look at your viewer count. You always want to talk to your stream like there's 100 people in the stream. Always talk to your stream. If you come to my stream, even if I have 0 people watching me, I'm still talking to my stream. Because if someone comes into the stream, they need to, feel like, okay, this streamer clearly likes what they're doing. They're talking, they're interacting with the stream. It's not just like I'm just sitting there and we're just doing nothing, right? You always want to be interacting with your stream. That's another thing. Doesn't matter the viewer count. That's why I don't show it. Honestly, you'll get motivated like crazy if the viewer count goes up, but guess what? It'll go right back down, and that's where you're started at the first position again, first stats. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Just find something you're interested in. Don't pay attention to the view count, and you'll succeed. You'll succeed if you're doing content for money. If that's your end goal, it's like, oh, I'm gonna start doing content because I want to make money. Don't do it. Really don't. that's not worth it because all the dedication you're gonna have to put in. Like, for example, I started streaming on Twitch in 2020. Barely any of a little bit of my Mixer audience moved over. And I didn't get monetized on Twitch. I didn't become a Twitch affiliate until I think it was 2022. So it took 2 years of streaming to even just become an affiliate. That's not making money. It took me until right actually before I switched to YouTube. I didn't even expect it. But it took right until I switched to YouTube to get my first Twitch payout. So that took 3 years. It took 3 years, over 3 years actually, to get paid. My first time getting paid from content. And then, okay, you go to my YouTube. I just got monetized at the end of last year, at the end of 2024. And I had the channel, it was less time. I had the channel in, oh gosh, when was it? I created it in 2022, right? Dang, that's crazy. But, yeah, so I created it in 2022. I didn't get monetized until late 2024. So over 2 years, and here's how I did get monetized. From like August of 2024 to like, I think it was late November, early December is when I got monetized. I was uploading a video every single week, or 2 videos, I don't remember how many, to get my watch hours up. Like I was every single day, I was working on content. I was working on videos every single day in order to get monetized. So you're really going to have to put work in. You're really going to have to put work in if you want to make that money. And, yeah, I have gotten paid by YouTube. Obviously, I said I'd be open in this podcast, but I'm not going to be that open and tell you how much. And then, I got my Fortnite creator code in earlier 2024, and I have gotten paid a couple times from Fortnite for my creator code. But, it takes a while. I started content in 2018. I didn't get paid until 2022, 2023. I forget when it was when I got my Twitch payout, 2022 or 2023. But it took at least 4 years to get paid. And yeah, I mean, that just shows you don't do it if you're looking for the money. Honestly, it's not worth it. It really isn't. You got to do it because you have a passion for it and you enjoy making content. You enjoy entertaining others. That's how I see it. Sorry, get a drink of water here. But yeah, that pretty much answers that question. I hope that helped. If anyone is wanting to get into content, just try making quality content. Do what you do. Do what you do. There's no limitations to what you can post. Just do it. Just go out, make a name for yourself, and make some amazing content. I really always cheer on small streamers because a lot of them quit after the first couple months. So yeah, that's what I'd say about that question. Second question is, how is having a rug with your own name on it? Yeah, so if you guys don't know, in my gaming room, I have a rug at the entrance of it. It's a big rug too. Like it's about actually as big as my desk. My desk is very big. My desk has its main area where my monitors are. Then it has 2 sides to it that kind of enclose me a little bit. Like I got a desk on my left to me. I got a desk on my right to me. And then I look forward and I got more desks. So I got a pretty big desk. Yeah, it's cool though. It's cool having a custom rug for sure. Whenever people come into my gaming room that don't live at my house, they're like, oh, that's really cool. But yeah, I just, one day I just went on I was looking for a custom rug website. I don't know why, because I thought it'd be a great idea. And I found one. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. But I gave a design over to them. And then I chose the size of the rug and they made it and I got it. Yeah, I've had it for like 2 years now, I think, but it's very good. I always love walking in my gaming room and seeing it right away. That's what I see right away every single time. And my dog loves it. Whenever my dog's in my gaming room, he likes to lay on it a little bit, and that's good. It's a great rug. I love it. I'll definitely take it with me to my apartment in 2 years, whenever I get an apartment. So yeah. Next question is, who made your Minecraft skin and how? Well, the Minecraft skin was a remix skin of a skin I had already. It was made by Noctis, actually. So Noctis, who is my administrator in my Discord server, head moderator on the YouTube and Twitch, and then yeah, obviously on the Minecraft realm. She just decided one day, like over a year ago. Yeah, it's been over a year now. To make me a custom Minecraft skin. And she did it. I loved it. And I have not taken it off since. She has actually remixed it a couple more times for like Halloween and Christmas, and I do put those on during the holiday seasons. But you'll see me using it all around. You'll see me using it year round. Um, but I don't know how she made it. I think she has some kind of website or something that she uses to make it. It's not too challenging. I don't know too much about it, but I know it's not too challenging to make Minecraft skin. They make it pretty easy for you with the templates and stuff like that. But yeah, she did a phenomenal job on it. I'll definitely be using it forever. And yeah, it's a very good skin. I really like it a lot. Next question here is, do you think ghosts are real? And a follow up to that is, do you believe in aliens? So okay, so this is just all kind of like supernatural stuff. Ghosts, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say that and then, tonight a ghost shows up in my room like, oh, you don't think we're real? But I don't think ghosts are real. There's really been no proof of that. But something there has kind of been proof of is aliens. I do think so. Our galaxy is so big. The space is just so big in general. And I don't see us being the only life. There's billions of other planets out there. Some that we haven't discovered. Some that are like Earth that we have discovered. That have water and atmosphere and stuff like that, which is just crazy to think. But I definitely think there is extraterrestrial life. Yeah, I do think so. It's just like how much and like there's so many questions that can be asked about it. Like are they bigger than us? Like how big? Like are we ants compared to like the rest, like some planets in space? Or are we like ginormous and these aliens are super super tiny? I don't know. I really don't. I hope we find out eventually during my lifetime if aliens are real. Like I want confirmation before I die that aliens are real, that there's other life in space. I really want that confirmation. I think we can get it too because technology is advancing so much, our space travel is advancing so much, and it's really looking hopeful for it. All right, let me take another drink of water here. Primarily because we're getting controversial stuff now. Yeah, so I said I'd answer every single question, and I'm going to hold true to that. I was asked which president would I vote for and why. But if you know me, you know how I'm going to answer this. I mean, if you watch my streams, you know how I'm a Minecraft YouTuber, guys. I mean, okay. I would have voted for Kamala Harris. And this is the point where there was zero chance I would ever vote for Trump in my life. Like this was it. Like I was done with him. There was no chance in a million years I'd vote for him. Again, if you know me, if you watch my streams, you know why. You know why. I'm very accepting of everybody. I support everyone. And he doesn't really stand for that. He doesn't stand for the LGBTQ community, which I do support a ton. I have people that come to my streams who are very open about that they are part of that community. And, seeing the things that him and his supporters have said and done about that community really upsets me. It really does upset me. And you'll notice, by the way, by all of these things, none of this is partisan. None of this has to do with politics. None of this. I've said nothing about politics yet. I'm not going to. At this point, he did get, he is a felon, right? On sexual assault charges. He was found liable for sexual assault. Again, I morally cannot, apparently people can, but I morally cannot vote for someone who has committed sexual assault. I just can't. All right. He's found liable. People say it's fake. It is quite courts aren't corrupt, guys. he did sexual assault, bro. Like it's easy as that. It is as simple as that. People say, "Oh, courts are corrupt." Yeah, they said that about the 2020 election. I mean, like, come on. People just got to think about what they're saying because it's so weird. Yeah, the Capitol insurrection on January 6th obviously was how I see it was treason because he wanted to overturn the election. So I see it as treason. Because I mean, I've watched the clips, right? I've watched documentaries on January 6th. Nonpartisan, like no bias in the documentaries. I've seen what happened. I remember the day. I remember January 6th, 2021. I was home from school. I remember seeing it on TV. It was horrible, and I do see it as trying to overthrow the election because that's what was his supporters trying to do. And then obviously the lies about election fraud. Every single time he brought it to court, it was obviously denied. And he still says it to this day that he won the 2020 election, which he lost it by a ton of votes. And then lastly, and one of the most important things, is the lies about immigrants. I have a ton of friends who are immigrants. It is really saddening to see a president of the United States lie about that stuff, especially during his campaign when he said that people in Ohio were eating cats and dogs. I mean, that is just blatantly racist. And just saying all these things, doing all these things to legal immigrants now, legal immigrants. Him being proud of making what he calls alligator Alcatraz, which Alcatraz, by the way, was, we don't even need to get into that. You know what Alcatraz is. And he's proud. He's proud of that. And I just don't understand it. And then, with Jeffrey Epstein and all that stuff, only 3% of people, by the way, this was done by multiple polls, multiple different sources that are lean from Democrat to Republican. Only 3% of Americans agree with how he's handling Epstein files. Only 3%. So if you agree, congratulations, you're part of the 3%. But then I'll go forward here and say in 2028, and by the way, in the future, I will vote for both Democrat and Republican. I'm not because of the stuff I'm saying about Trump doesn't mean I don't like the Republican Party. I think the Republican Party was great, for the record. I do think it was great until Trump showed up. But I will be voting Democrat in the 2024 election, or 2028, sorry, in order to stop Trump and his allies from taking over what was the once great Republican Party. So yeah, that's, again, I wanted to be straight up with you guys. I was honestly thinking if I should include this part, but it's a podcast, so I've seen podcasts even more political than this, and guess what? This is probably the last time we're going to bring it up. Politics, because no one likes talking about politics. Nobody likes talking about it, and if you don't agree with me, cool. I really don't care, and you shouldn't care about my opinion either, honestly, right? I'm just a single person, and you are too. So yeah, probably not going to talk about politics again. Just want to answer this question because I did say I'd answer everything, and I did want to be straight up with you guys. Obviously, I don't want to hide anything from you guys, so I just thought it would definitely be, beneficial for me to answer that question. That section was a little bit long, but I didn't want to explain my reasoning, so you don't think I'm just, so you don't think, like, I have knowledge on this stuff. I follow politics. I've been following politics less this year and last year, but, I did follow it for a while, so I do have knowledge. I'm not just saying this stuff just to say it, but yeah, again, we're probably not going to talk about politics again, or it's going to be rare if we do, but yeah, I've seen more creators talk about it. Like, for an example, Moist Critical has been talking very badly about Trump recently, and he's known for being neutral. So I've seen him. Obviously, Kurt JD is very vocal against Trump, and a lot of other creators are. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Right? Why not? It's good to talk about what's going on in our world and what's happening. Right? What's happening? All these bad things that are happening right now. And so that made me feel more comfortable about talking about it. Yeah, like I said, I'm a Minecraft YouTuber. If you expected me to like Trump, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. If you expected a Minecraft YouTuber to, I'm gonna give you a hint. I don't know a single Minecraft YouTuber that does. So yeah, nobody does. But anyways, next question. Now that we're done with that little segment there, that little controversial, back to the normal stuff now. How much does your setup cost? What a great question. At this point, I've kind of lost count. I can't even lie. So I got to think about it here. So my PC has cost me a total of around probably $2,500 from all the upgrades I've done. My main monitor is about $400, so that's $2,900. Second monitor is about $300, so that's $3,200. My microphone was like $100. So that's, what was I at? 3,200. So that's 3,300. Mic stand, camera, and light are about another 100. Let's just say 100. So 3,400. This desk was probably around 200. So 3,600. How much are stream decks? Let's just say it's 100. What was I at? 3,500, 3,600. I don't know, but just add 100 to that. I don't know. I forget how much I was at, but I'd say just adding everything up, seeing everything else that I missed, like my mouse. Ooh. Okay, so I got my keyboard and stuff like that too. I'd say my setup's worth close to $4,000. And that's over time, replacing things and all that stuff. but I'd say my setup is definitely close to $4,000. That would be my best guess for sure. Primarily being my PC. Obviously, PCs cost a lot of money, so yeah. How tall am I? Is the next question. I am 5'8". Sometimes I'm 5'8.5". Sometimes I'm 5'8". It just depends the day I go to the doctor, I guess. I don't know why, but that's just how it works. Yeah, I'm somewhere around 5'8", though. I'm not less than that. I don't think. I don't hope. I hope not. Um, but yeah, I'm not growing anytime soon. I think I'm always gonna be 5'8". Maybe I'll go to 5'9". Who knows? But yeah, it seems like I'm stuck at 5'8", which is fine. I'm fine with that height. I think that's like average, right? That's the average height of a man. So yeah, so that's good. So good thing I'm there. And then okay, so the next question is I don't know what this word means. I think I know I think I know what it means, but like I don't know the intentions of this word. I'm gonna say it. I hope this isn't bad to say. But the question is, and it's from Ops. If you guys know Ops, you know he'd ask this question. Does bro have huz? Is the question. I don't really know what that word means. I know that means like a girlfriend, right? I think. From how I've seen people use it, I think that means I don't understand why people say that. I don't understand it. I've never asked, honestly. But I think that means girlfriend. No, I don't. I do not. I haven't really looked for one, to be honest. I don't really care. Obviously, I just like content, and I don't need to deal with all that yet. So, no, I don't. I'm not really looking for one. I'll probably look for one in college, maybe, possibly, probably, or at least my later years in college. But right now, I just want to focus on content. That's the main love of mine. Okay, so that's what I love is content. All right. But no, not yet. Okay, and a question from Fortify here. I don't know why he's asking this. It's pretty hypocritical, but it says, "How do you stay?" Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Why you so bad at Dead by Daylight? Again, pretty hypocritical because he is extremely horrible. I always have to carry him in Dead by Daylight, and he knows that obviously. I'm the Gen Assassin. I'm always looping like crazy. 5-minute chases, all that stuff. While he's just getting insta downed. Hooked, like all the time. Oh my gosh, my throat. Sorry. I can't drink of water. It was getting dry. But yeah, I don't know why he's saying that. He is pretty bad himself. So I do always have to carry him. He might just be a little bit jealous, which might be the reason for that question. But if you guys watch my streams, I'm pretty good at Dead by Daylight. Next question: how do you stay motivated to stream and make videos? It's just something I love doing. I really don't do anything special to keep myself motivated. I just love it. I genuinely just love making content, and I like. There's honestly, I'd tell you, there's nothing behind my motivation though. There's nothing. I just love it. I just always love waking up being like, oh, I can't wait to stream today. I can't wait to play this game, whatever game I'm planning on streaming. I just wake up always so excited. And, that's never gone away. Ever since I started content, it's never gone away. And, there's just nothing. It's just my passion and my love. So, I can't really help with that question. Because there's really nothing to keep me motivated besides my love for content. And I'd say that's the same for most streamers who have been streaming for a while. It's just their passion that keeps them motivated. Another question here. What do you have planned for the future? Good question. How much in detail do I want to go with it? That's the question I should ask next. So in my future, obviously I plan to go to college. I'm going to go for business. Business is a backup for my streaming because obviously I'm going to continue streaming. I have no plans of stopping. I really don't. I have never thought of that. I've never been like, okay, when I get to be 30 years old, I'm done with content. No, I have not thought of that. I've been doing it since 2018. I don't even think I'm halfway through my journey of content creation. I'm super, super happy about that, to continue this dream of mine. So yeah, I'll keep making content throughout the years, throughout college, and then once I get a job. So you guys better buckle up because I'll be here for a while. Even if you guys stop watching me, seriously, come back every year or two, right? Just say what's up, because I'm telling you, I'll remember you guys. Even as my audience changes throughout the years, I will continue to remember the people who were there at the start. But yeah, do that. Obviously, I'll get married. Hopefully, right? I'll have a wife. Like I said with that last question, I don't have a girlfriend right now, but I just don't see the point of that. Primarily in high school, I don't see the point of that because then you go to different colleges and then you're screwed, right? I've heard so many stories about these couples who are in high school and then they're going to a different college. It's like, well, that relationship's over. So that's why I haven't worried about it in high school. But college might be a different story. We'll see. But I definitely want to have a wife, and then I've originally said I don't want to have kids, but I'm starting to feel like I'd be fine with having like one little Prime Junior. You know what I mean? One kid. I'd be fine with that, honestly. I wouldn't be against it, but if I marry someone who's like I don't want kids, I'm gonna be fine with that too. I don't know. I don't think I'd want multiple. At most two. But I'm starting to get more convinced to having at least one. Because if you've watched my streams, I've said it multiple times that I don't want to have kids. But now I kind of, it's getting to me a little bit. It's getting to me, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean that's my plans for the future. Get a house. Just keep streaming, and yeah, not much will change. Not much will change in the future. How much do you weigh, and why is the number so high? What a great question to ask. The number is not high, guys. I weigh. What do I even weigh? 165. So yeah, 5'8", 165. I'd say it's pretty decent, right? Now I will say this: I used to weigh 188. That was the max I got to. That was in 2023. No, 2024. So when I went for my yearly checkup in March of 2024. I went to get weighed. Well, they always weigh you before. And I weighed 188 pounds. And I was like, whoa, that is a lot. I've been gaining weight, and I've been gaining weight fast. And if I wasn't careful, I would have reached 200 pounds, which is a lot, That's a lot. That's obviously overweight. 188 for 5'8" is overweight. And I could see it, I could see it whenever I streamed. I clearly had some weight I could lose. So on my trip to, I had a whole realization. So when I was going to Florida that year for spring break, if you guys don't know, I go to, I do every single spring break. I think it's going to stop now that I'm going to college. But for the past 15 years, we've gone to spring break with a group of people. And we've always gone to Florida. Now this last year, in 2025, we went to Mexico. But yeah, so last year though, last year, 2024, we went to Destin for the last time that we were going to be going on spring break, because we knew next year we'd be going to Mexico, which we did, and it was a ton of fun. That car ride is always long. It's like 11 hours, 11, 12 hours, somewhere around there. Maybe sometimes even 13, depending on traffic. But I had a whole realization on my trip down that I wanted to get into acting. Now, this has been a thought of mine for years upon years. I've been wanting to go into acting for about 10 years. And I was watching the Ghostbusters Afterlife, because the Frozen Empire came out a week later. No, a couple days later. I'd never watched Afterlife before. And I watched it and I was like, wow, I loved that. That looks so fun. And I wanted to get into acting. This is my story, by the way. I've never told anybody this of why I lost weight. But I was like, I don't think being overweight is the best idea for going into acting. So while I was there, every single night I sat on our balcony on the top floor, which is right next to the beach. It was very relaxing. I mean, I'm serious, dude. It was so good. And I'd watch videos on, how to prepare to get into acting. And yeah, all the stuff I need to know. I was like, I want to lose weight. I want to go into acting, but I want to lose weight first. And so I set myself out for the next year. I'd be trying my hardest to lose weight. And I cut soda. I cut Oreos. I used to have Oreos every single day. It was my main snack every single day. I used to drink soda almost every single stream. I cut tons of unhealthy food. For a couple of months, I was eating nothing but healthy food. It tasted disgusting, but it was good for me. And that just lasted 2 months or so because I couldn't do that to myself. But I ended up losing a lot of weight. And now today, that's equal to about 20 to 25 pounds. I go back and forth between 160 and 165. I don't know why. But, some weeks I'll eat crazy bad and some weeks I'll eat crazy good. So that's probably why. And I have been working out. I've been going to the gym, but, I started taking care of myself, and I'm really happy about it. I really am. I managed to lose a lot of weight, and that's not easy, right? It's all natural. I lost my weight naturally. People use, Ozempic or stuff like that. I didn't. My weight is completely lost naturally. And if you're trying to lose weight, I recommend doing it naturally. It feels so much better. You feel so accomplished if you lose weight naturally. Like, I'm so proud of myself, and I always have been. And everybody who talks to me and says, "Oh my gosh, it looks like you," like people who haven't seen in a while, like, "Wow, it looks like you lost weight." They always are so proud of me. That it's all natural, and I did it. Like, it took a lot of work. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of changing, my diet and stuff like that. But I did it, and I'm very proud of myself. But you'll still see people making jokes to me, obviously, like that. But just know I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, that's that. Super super open about talking about that because I think it's a great thing. It's a great thing, and yeah, I think more people should do it. Obviously, it's your body, so you get to choose what to do with your body. But if you do want to lose weight, I recommend, do it naturally. You feel so much more accomplished, and it's so much better for you. Okay. And we have now made it to the last question here. I don't know why this is the last question, because this is a very odd question, but it's the last one, I guess. I just put it on the list last. Do you think aliens built the pyramids? That's an interesting question, because that's a conspiracy theory, and I don't like conspiracy theories. I don't know. I really don't. I've never really thought deep into it, again, because I don't like conspiracy theories. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that, because I'm just going to tell you I don't know. I don't like conspiracy theories. Do I think humans built it? Probably not. I don't think we were that advanced back then. Maybe they were, though. Who knows? But do I think aliens built it? Again, I don't follow conspiracy theories. I don't want to get involved in them. So I can't answer that question, because I'm genuinely as confused as everyone else is of how the Egyptians could have built those pyramids, like, so perfectly. And, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm as confused as everyone else. I believe in aliens, but I don't know if they would build that. I don't know if they do that. But, yeah, that's pretty much all the questions I had today. Lots of good questions, some controversial, obviously. But that's just how life is. Life isn't just all sunshines and rainbows. Sometimes we got to answer the hard questions in life, which is what I did today. But yeah, that is going to be it for our first episode of the Primecast. My dog is barking. I'm sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode 1. We'll be back sometime soon with episode 2, and I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.